Today is the day that Brandon, who purchased this S2000 off me and is a very good friend, he is going to come down and collect this car. Now there is a very big surprise coming on later in this video, which you will find out later on. But I'm preparing this car for him, and as I was going around the car, I noticed something. Now this car was sold to me by an MOT tester. Now he's fully qualified and everything, all that, etc. But he passed the car's MOT when I literally bought it off him. So everything should be perfect on this car, but have a look at this. Have a look at the front tyre and look at the direction it's facing. So this is the problem one. Do you guys notice anything? These are directional tyres, so these grooves are actually facing the wrong way. And if I was to pull it on the other side, over on the driver's side, it would face the correct way, but the driver's side is already facing the correct way. So he actually messed it up. He actually put on tires that were facing the wrong way. So this MOT tester, I know who you are. You know yourself that you did something very dodgy, and that's not very cool at all. Anyways, luckily I have a tire changer. I'm going to swap around the tires. I'm going to do a couple more bits and bobs just to get the car running well. Like for example, the wheel nuts. There's only 3 per wheel if you guys have a look here. And of course I'm going to clean up the brakes as well. But this is all because Brandon is coming down. He's going to pick up the car. I don't want anything to go wrong with it. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit once I've done everything, and I'll walk you through it. Just a quick update, it has started to rain, so I am actually really wet and filthy at the moment, and I'm not liking it. But progress is getting on really well. I've changed the tyre to the correct direction, and I've also installed the wheel arch liners with brand new screws and those plastic clips. Same on this side as well, which is fantastic. And when I actually had a look underneath the car, the condition of this one is actually better than my JDM S2000. So Brandon, you're actually getting a really good car here. There's a few mechanical slight issues that you might need to sort out, but of course I'll give you a hand when we get to it. Now I'm just in the middle of removing some of the stickers which were here. I think there was a H2 one and a Mighty Car Mods one down there. I think you can just about still see it there. But I'm going to get rid of that middle one as well, and whilst I'm still waiting for him, I may as well fit a new oil filter for him. The previous owner installed a budget oil filter, so I think I can show you guys. It's just that one down there, right there. Can you guys see it? Let me focus in on that. Yeah, I don't know what brand that is. No, I don't think it has a brand. So I'll stick on the oil filter, give it an oil change, and then Brandon should be here any minute and I can show you guys what the surprise is. The car is finally done. This is Brandon. He came down to pick up the car, and we took it for a test drive. This is truly amazing. How did you find it?
Dude, it is so scary. It's so scary but so fun to drive.
How did you find the VTEC? Because is that your first time driving VTEC? No, you've driven EP3s before.
Yeah, but this is like so scary to drive compared to the surprise, you know.
Okay, all right. He's kind of laying out the surprise, but we'll get to that in a second. But this one has an exhaust on it. It is so loud. It's like crazy. From the outside,
outside is loud, but inside is fairly quiet.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. But I'm pretty sure Brandon will show you all of this on his YouTube channel. Yeah. But talking about his YouTube channel, he hasn't decided on his name yet. So if you guys have any suggestions or any recommendations, put them in the comments below and I'll send them over to Brandon. You never know, he might just pick your name. But for the surprise, yep, you guys guessed it, I actually swapped with Brandon. I've taken his MRS, so this will be mine now, and Brandon's taken the S2000. Now some of you guys will say that I shouldn't have sold the S2000, but you know what, I have too many cars. I do need to get rid of them. The MRS is only going to stay for a bit. I think we might do an engine swap sometime soon. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll keep you updated on that. But K20, that is K20. Brandon's saying K20, but I don't have 6 grand to throw about. Maybe you should K20 your one.
Yeah, okay, sure.
No, actually, talking about engines, the engine in that one is really solid. When I went to pick up the car, I did a compression test on it, and that was the strongest part of the car. I'm not saying that anywhere else is bad, because it's rust free, but that's the reason why I went for that car. But anyways, like I said guys, Brandon will be starting his channel soon. He has to shoot off and grab a haircut because he needs to look fresh for his channel. I'm going to head off home. I'm going to wait till tomorrow so I can show you guys this car. To be honest, I don't know much about them. I've did a review on them about 2 years ago, but that's about it. Just before Brandon goes, I've just noticed that the front number plate is reset. I didn't even know that when I bought the car. That is truly amazing. I need to order one for myself, and hopefully we can do like, I don't know, a how-to on fixing the number plate. But yeah, see you later, Brandon. Oh my god, he's gonna get in so much trouble with that exhaust. So over the weekend I wasn't able to upload anything because I actually done something quite silly. I attempted a front flip on a bouncy castle. It was my little cousin's birthday, and if you guys can see on my face there, I've got a really big bruise and sort of a half black eye. That is because when I landed incorrectly, and I kind of kneed myself in the face. So not only do I have a bruise and a black eye, my knee really hurts as well. So I apologize for not being able to upload. But Brandon picked up his S2000, and I've literally just driven the MRS from that car park to this parking spot, and so far I can tell you guys that you can definitely tell that this is a lot lighter. It's less than a ton, but the handling on the MRS is a lot more responsive than the S2000. I think it's to do with the engine being at the middle or rear, or however you want to call it, whereas the S2000 is front engined. Now it may not necessarily mean that the MRS handles better, but it's just more responsive. It's also a lot lower as well, and I would take you guys on the inside, but it's really dirty because Brandon hasn't cleaned it, and I haven't had time because of this injury, which I'm very embarrassed about. But let me take you guys inside anyways. It does have an alarm, which is great. It's in the white, obviously. It is quite filthy at the moment, but as soon as I am back from my trip, I will of course clean this all up. But that's about it. That's more or less what I can show you right now. Stock wheels. It does have a nice spoiler there, which is pretty good, and a front splitter as well. I don't think that comes standard on MR2s in the UK, and I think this badge is slightly different as well. I'm not too sure. Maybe one of you MR2 owners can tell me about that. But anyways, I am actually only a couple of hours away from flying to Hong Kong, and the weather here is absolutely horrible. It's raining, it's cold, I'm freezing at the moment. I'm only wearing this hoodie, but hopefully in about 10 or 11 hours I will be in Hong Kong, and the temperature there is about 20 to 25 degrees. So I should be vlogging every day whilst I'm out there. If you guys have any recommendations of where I can go or what I can do over there, then leave it in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a suggestion for Brandon's YouTube channel. Leave that in the comments below as well, and yeah, I will see you guys in Hong Kong. I'm gonna go get dry and make my way to Heathrow.